Hi guys, this is Robert from the podcast. I just wanted to let you guys know that this episode gets a bit raunchy. So if you're around kids or that's not your deal, please don't watch it. All right, let's jump into it. All right, here we go.
It was the night before dawn. The sun was setting. The ice was growing. George was upon us, wearing his ultimate armor, forged from the asteroid of Metaphytis. His darkest enemy
Of what fetus?
was upon him, Robert the White. It was a frightening night.
This is a race thing now. Is that where you're going with this?
The two fought for indigenous power. Neither one fought for good.
We were both bad.
Both only fought for power. They wanted control over the Chris people.
Kush people?
The Chris people.
Chris people.
Yes.
I was like, he would have understood the first one, but
Chris people. For these people, they all are very hairy beings with the utmost strength. Alright. They are capable of many things. But when the sun came again, they were struck down by a powerful lightning from Theotis the Beyond.
Oh, now he's Zeus.
Alright.
Now he just called himself
I
Zeus.
summoned them to the tower of the All Might, and I showed them the spark of life. Their minds were changed forever. From that day on, they were You've been served. And here we are today, alright, with such a pathetic story to tell of how we came to be. This is Theotis.
Stupid, no.
Theotis the Black.
I hate you.
How's it going, you guys?
Oh, fuck off.
How's it going?
All of you who second that motion.
How's it going?
Aye.
How's it going? If you made it through that, then shit, I feel bad for you because you got another 40 minutes to power through. So
You just put him through that. That's your fault.
hey,
They didn't have to. We don't have that as part of our intro.
hey, what's going on? We're back again with another recording session of yeah.
You've said it already.
You've been bitch.
What?
Is that not? Oh, you've been served.
You're an idiot.
Oh.
You're a damn trash panda.
Them.
Oh, that was a nice slide in.
Got him.
No lube.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What were we talking about?
And
today?
it wasn't a nice slide in, it was a painful slide in. The fuck you talking about?
Damn, so your anus is just rough?
I mean, yeah, what's yours?
Harry?
Yeah, I believe that.
Thank you.
Welcome to You've Been Served.
I ain't touching that area. That's tough cookies.
We're good for the whole family. Be sure to turn this on with your little ones and your grandparents watching all at the same time. Believe me, you'll enjoy it. You won't regret it.
We're rated PG-14.
That's not okay.
With a hint of stupidity. Hey!
All right.
A hint.
Oh, dash?
Yeah.
The dash.
Sprinkle.
With the sprinkle of stupidity.
I want to give a shout out.
Who shouting out to?
All right. I want to give a shout out to Juice WRLD. All right. Rest in peace, my brother. I have a confession about Juice WRLD. I was never a big fan of his music.
Yeah.
But
You did mention that
yeah.
on the. You did post that up when you passed. You posted. I saw.
Oh,
that.
nobody just yeah.
I was just saying. I saw it. Continue. Sorry.
Fuck.
I wasn't trying to downplay it.
All right, George.
My bad. I'm sorry. I
Fuck.
apologize.
Good news.
Sorry. Okay.
All right,
continue.
that wasn't an F-bomb though, so it's still technically rated PG-14. Yeah, the confession is I was never really a big fan of Juice WRLD's music, but I was a fan of his coming up. You know, he was a young black person entering the world of music. He was getting a taste of the music industry, and apparently he was making his success from it.
Yeah.
You know, but truth be told, I feel like a lot of young black artists, they're getting the music industry mixed up. You know, it's like they feel like in order to get the fame, you got to get the experience. And in order to get the experience, you have to listen to the music, what they rap about, test it out for yourself, and make it your own. With that being said, I feel like for Juice WRLD's situation, it was drug abuse. All right, I'm not entirely too sure of what exactly happened. Everybody's story is different, but what is clear is that on his way to or from an airport, he made the decision to take in some extra drugs. Kind of overdosed and ended up having a seizure. Seizure led to his death. Homie died last month, back in December, early December. It was a touching thing. It was a sad way to end the year. And I just feel like he deserves some recognition. Once again, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of his music, but I'm also not going to be that person to bash him because of his decease. I'm sorry, I didn't know the proper. I don't know the proper way to go about that, but yeah, because I know that there's some people out there that's poking fun at his death, and that was honestly painful. You should never talk shit about the deceased, never.
Yeah.
All right, you just recognize them. You know, take the best memories that you can of them, and just let it be what it is. You know, don't wait till people pass away and be like, oh yeah, you wasn't shit to begin with. Now look at you, right where you deserve. Like, that's fucked up.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Somebody did that to Mac Miller. Like, do you remember that shit?
I didn't see it.
Somebody wrote a note like a year after he died, just talking shit about how he stole music, and it was mad disrespectful.
For like, why? Why is that even
Yeah,
relevant?
there was no reason. It was like, that's stupid. He's gone now. It's not like he's gonna steal anymore.
It's like how the police are now trying to raise up old cases with Michael Jackson. So what? He touched them kids. He dead now. He got away with touching the kids. Leave him be.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm with you as much on that one.
What you gonna do? You gonna arrest the dead man?
That's not a one-to-one comparison.
You gonna go into his casket and be like, "Hey, homie, you gotta wake up."
It's
not about that.
It's about the people that were hurt.
Yeah.
I apologize. Y'all waited too long.
I'm pretty sure they already know that they can't arrest the dead man. It's more of just.
Y'all waited too long.
Well, I guess that's also part of it, but it's the different scales of where you're going with this topic right now.
Well,
but you've
been separated, just opened up, so that's my standpoint. I'm sorry, I care, but then I don't care. All right, it's just he did. What's done is done. Okay.
Yeah, but you can hope to find solace for those people that were hurt by him, right? I think that's the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
I hope y'all anuses feel better over time.
Oh my God.
So we've just been canceled. I just got the message from the YouTube overlords and Spotify masters, and we've just been canceled.
All right.
For that comment alone.
I'm gonna pull a Kevin Hart. I'm sorry. This is my one and only apology.
It's your only apology?
My one
you don't
and
think you're
only
gonna have to make another one?
No.
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
No.
Before the podcast is over.
I'm not hosting no fucking Oscars, so no. All right. My point is, the moment that the person is deceased, what more can you do? All right. Yes, Michael Jackson's situation is different. I really do hope that those people and kids all do find solace in this situation. You know, hopefully they do come to terms with some form of peace. Maybe even with it being with something as extreme as, hey, he's dead now. What is there to worry about? You know, just find your peace. At least now, the only place you can go is forward. All right? You don't have to worry about that same person interfering with your life anymore.
Well, I agree with that. Right. That's a better note to end it. Why couldn't you have just said that to begin with?
Because I'm tired.
Well,
damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a point there.
I'm tired. I gotta say my shit just like how you say your shit. Your shit is you play the devil's advocate. You always gotta be the person that doesn't be on everybody else's side because you want to look at everything from all realms and perspectives. I just talk shit.
Yeah, that's not inaccurate.
I just talk shit, and then when I'm done talking shit, I'm like, all right, this is really how I feel. Okay, I just have to talk shit so that y'all can keep on listening. All right, because if we was just all nice people, this would be a boring podcast. All right, speaking from my own experiences, niceness doesn't get you too far, and yet I'm still nice. I don't know why.
I feel like that was a pretty sad moment for you right there, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I feel like you're masking something almost.
All right, fine. We can both have that transition.
No, that was your transition. I was just adding on to it. Because you made the transition. That was a transition to the subject.
Yes. High five, y'all. I does that. I do mask my sadness with humor.
That is a pretty common thing that I've seen in people.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually my favorite actor is Robin Williams, and one of the funniest men. Rest in peace. Yes, one of the funniest men to ever walk the earth, and he was actually a really sad person. He was a very sad person. He was very troubled. He had very personal issues that affected him on a daily, and the best way for him to cope with that was through humor. And I think a lot of people do that. There's a lot of people that are always joking around, are always smiling, always having to break the tension by cracking a joke, which isn't bad. I mean, it's funny and it helps sometimes. Yeah. But it's also an issue that a lot of people don't realize that they are masking something. A lot of times people don't even notice that they are. Mm-hmm. So it's a pretty serious issue.
There needs to be a limit to it. That I will say.
What do you mean by that?
Because my thing is I take repetition into consideration when I communicate with people. And if you're repeating something that's close to about the same thing, I pay attention to that. So I'll give an example. One of my friends, she likes to make fun. She likes to poke fun of me and be like, you and me. Well, technically, I'll just go ahead and say number 4. And number 4 likes to be like, you and I could be in a serious relationship, but you don't want me, yada yada. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what? Like in the beginning, it was funny. Like she's like, well, you don't understand. Just I'm going through my own inner problems. So yeah. But the more she says it, I'm just like, all right, this is not just a joke anymore. Like this is something serious, and you're just trying to cover it up
as a joke.
Yeah. As a joke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Repetition to me is a big thing in communication, being that it reveals things about that person. If you pay attention to how many times someone says the same thing over and over again,
the pattern.
Yes, there's a pattern, and
the pattern.
Yes,
the pattern. Guys, the pattern.
The pattern.
No, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Let me ask you guys, and I won't say like, I'm not trying to say anybody here always feels depressed or sad.
Oh yeah, I keep my paintball con close.
So do any of you like mask your sadness with humor? Do you guys do that? And do you guys do it frequently, or is it like every once in a while?
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like. Oh wait, never mind.
I do mask a lot with humor. I used to do it a lot when I was a kid. I used to always be the one that was just joking around in class. So I used to always be the jokester. And it was never like jokes. It was just more of like just trying to make people laugh. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I actually started going to film school when I started learning more. Like when you actually have to build into these characters and find these hidden emotions and feelings and whatnot to get in more depth of the character. Mm-hmm. And the more you learn about these characters, the more you realize like you might actually have something in common with these characters, which makes you start thinking about yourself and get more in depth with your own character. Yeah. And it was a teacher of mine, his name Dennis McCourt. Really good teacher.
Hey, Dennis.
He was teaching Shakespeare.
I like
Shakespeare. And he was asking us what were some films that we would like to do and this and that. And I told him, honestly, like I think the first thing I would get picked up for, it would be something to do with comedy. Mm-hmm. And I love it. I love comedy. I love making people laugh. And he told me the same line that you said. I think when we were figuring this out is some of the people that like to laugh and smile the most are usually the most damaged. Some of the most damaged. And when he said, I was like, fuck. It just hit me. It hit
You
me.
read me like a book.
So what I was gonna say,
You fucker.
since this is the perfect time, I low-key feel like George is the saddest of us, because he's the one that smiles the most.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, if you just look
That's
at
crazy,
Chris
man.
on an average day, or you or me on an average day, like, you're nice, but you're not always smiling. He's always smiling. Like, 99% of the time.
I like to smile.
Move on.
I can't lie. I mean, and it's like, there's stuff that's happened within the last couple of years alone that have really just, it really hit me. It really hit me hard. And it's not that I don't like opening up. It's just a lot of times, like, I leave my stuff at the door. At least I try my best to. If I'm here, like, I want to be here with you guys. I want to be present here. My issues that are going on in my life are my stuff. When I'm here, I need, I want to be focused. I want to be present.
Yeah.
Same thing with school and with work. But I'm a human being, and eventually it all hits you in certain times.
Yeah.
So sometimes it overflows and it shows and whatnot. But no, yeah, I do mask a lot of the sadness with humor, and but I think it's stuff that's worthy of being sad. It's like, it's not just like, oh, I love, freaking my car got broken into. Yeah, it's a sad moment, but it's not something to be completely down about. Like, I make the best out of it.
I'm going to make the best out of your car.
I still got my car, right?
Free AC.
I still got my car, right? But like other stuff, like there's, like, you guys have known some of the stuff that's happened in the last couple of years. And it's stuff actually worthy of being sad. And I give it its time. I just don't always give it the time when I have to do something. If I have to be on set and I need to be present, I can't allow those things to affect me while I'm doing my work. If it works in its favor, I will use it. But if it doesn't, then I have to do my best to make sure it doesn't affect my work. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge that I'm still working through, and I don't think I'll ever quite figure out how to completely not control it, but
Well, I don't think anybody ever does.
No.
It's something that
fun.
exists, and
Yeah.
you just have to live with it. It's unfortunate, but
yeah. But I think that's and it's just how it goes. It's just finding new ways to cope with it and move on with it. Did you zone out again?
Low key.
I saw him watching the TV, like,
But I heard
Very well.
you. You have been through a lot of shit recently, and that's why, I've been here for you, my brother, man. Been here to put a real smile on your face. Because why should one have to go on about the day using fake smiles? It's not fair.
Well, I don't. At least I hope they don't come off as fake smiles. Like,
Do
I do love smiling, and I do love finding reasons to be happy and smiling, like genuine, real smiles. Like, I never like that when somebody puts on a fake smile. It's because you can definitely see through it.
do you think you do it for yourself or for other people? Because that's something I've always wondered. Like, are people, when you're sad, and internally you're feeling sad, and you put on a smile, do you put on that smile to make yourself happier, or do you put on that smile so other people don't have to deal with you being sad?
Right.
Shoot, oh man, that's a really.
You might not have the answer, but it's just something that I've thought about.
I think it's more of a two-part. One, I do try and put on the smile because I want to be happy. Like, I want to find my happiness again.
Yeah.
And there's days where, I'm actually really, really happy. I wake up in a good mood, things go good. But
He doesn't hurt his meniscus.
I don't hurt my meniscus. I can play soccer. I'm happy,
And he can measure water.
That took me a minute.
That too. But no, I think, so I do part of it for me. Like, I want to be happy, so I do put on the smile for me. But at the same time, I don't really. I do try to put on the smile for other people. More of like, if I see that they're sad, I want to try and make them happy. I want to try and make them laugh. I want to try and help them get out of their funk for as long as possible.
Yes.
Because I know what it's like. And, I can relate. I can feel their pain. I can't take it away. I can't fix the problem. But maybe I can help for a little while.
Yeah, you can help them forget about it.
At least for a little bit.
Even if it's not fixing it.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
Because I can't fix other people's problems. Everyone has to fix their own problems. But I can help for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, in the best way that I can. And the best way that I know how to do that by laughing and joking around with people.
Laugh at
You
my
know,
pain.
helping them.
All right, Kevin.
I was told up like a Kevin.
Why? Because you're black?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He didn't say it was on
He didn't say it wasn't true.
I gotta shoot them now. I gotta shoot that person.
What about you, Ty? Do you mask your sadness with humor?
Yes and no. The reason why I say that is because I wouldn't necessarily call it masking my sadness, because I'm very open about my feelings. Most people already could read through me like an open book, and that's just because I'm very emotionally responsive to a lot of people in a lot of situations. Like, that's one of the things that people learn about me when they first get to know me. I'm very emotionally responsive.
Yeah.
So it's hard to mask my feelings. But I will say that coping with my sadness, the best way to cope with my sadness is through comedy. You know, so like, for example, a lot of people know that my grandma passed away about 2-3 months ago, or going on 3 months ago. And the best way for me to cope with her is by reminiscing about all the funny stuff that she used to say, or just knowing how she would act in certain situations if she was to hear about them today. So, like, for me, that's just the best way to cope with it. Another situation was, like, my car. You know, dealing with my car was really a hard thing for me during the winter break, because I had no hours at work, and the only way for me to make money would have been doing my driving job.
Yeah.
So I had to just look at it like, hey, at least I ain't paying for gas, you know?
You gotta find the bright side. You know?
At least I ain't
You gotta
paying
find
for
that
gas.
silver lining somewhere.
Shoot, at least I can travel through different cities with 175 every 2 hours. Like,
Yeah.
go travel, you know? So for me, it's more so, sadness is not humor for everyone else. It's more so humor for myself. It just so happens that people recognize my humor and end up laughing at me, and they're just like, all right, Ty, you could just cut it out. You got problems. I'm like, I do. That was it.
That was it. That was.
You know, Robert had no questions for me. I got questions for you. So that was
I feel like
he's a little mad that you didn't have questions for him, Robert.
I can ask you questions. The reason I didn't have questions is because I think George requires more to, like, I have to ask him questions or he's not gonna say.
That's very true.
He's not gonna say the shit I want him to say.
Say it.
Whereas with you, I feel like, you know, you went on your own and you told a story about, you know, your experience using that to act. You know, that was not something that that George did. That was something you did. So I think, you know, I guess my question for you, based on that, right, is why do you feel comfortable sharing that sadness? Because I know why you feel comfortable sharing that sadness with George, and you feel comfortable with me. You've known us forever. Right. Well, not forever, but, you know, a while.
For a nice chunk of time.
Yeah.
Long enough.
Right? But I in my experience, even when I see you talking with people you just met, you openly share that. Is that not a concern for you? Is, like, for me, that would be something that would scare me, to open myself up that vulnerably to somebody I just met. How do you feel about that?
I personally don't care. Of course, I'm not just going to spread my problems to just anybody. Like, I'm not going to just walk outside and walk into one of your neighbors and be like, hey,
yo, I'm sad.
Hey,
fam.
You want to, yo, fam, listen real quick.
I know we just met,
but
you gotta hear
your
me
boy
out.
is fucked up. I need help. Like, no, of course I wouldn't do that. Oftentimes when I am talking to people, whenever people give me the opportunity to open up, I take advantage of it. Because if it's one thing that I do enjoy about meeting strangers, is they're the ones that have the least chance to be judgmental. You know, because it's like they barely know you. All right, they don't have any say whatsoever as to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And in that moment, they just know that you're dealing with something. Mm-hmm. And a good human's response is to be like, what can I do to help? Yeah. Even if it's in the bare minimum of ways, it's like your first action is to just help out. Mm-hmm. And I've always dealt with people who are just, they're willing to listen. And I'm just like, I'm not asking you to help fix my problems, but hell, since you gave me the opportunity to rant about my problems, that's the best way you can help me out as a person. So I don't mind opening up to people. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't scare me. I enjoy talking to people. I mean, shoot, if after hearing my problems, you got a problem with me, at the very least, you ain't got to see my face again. All right? If you're a customer at my Starbucks, if you don't like my problems, hey, don't come back. There's 4 other Starbucks on our block alone. You don't got to come to my store. It's perfectly fine. That's
a good point. Yeah,
all right?
A lot.
Versus actually sharing my problems with friends. It's like, you guys know me. You guys know a lot of what I've been through. You guys know me as a person. Even though I'm open, and even though I'm still not afraid to be open with you guys, it's like you guys' judgment is the most scary. Because that judgment is something that I would have to deal with for as long as I'm going to continue to know you.
So like, another way to word that, if I'm understanding correctly, is like, our opinion matters to you, whereas the opinion of a stranger may not. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I get you.
Thank you.
We don't judge you. Just a heads up.
No, I judge you. I judge you a lot. But,
you can lick this.
Especially for that topic we have coming up later.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm judging for that.
This is true. Oh, you know what? You're right. Fuck you, bro. I'm judging you all kinds of right way.
He's like, my worst fear. You guys are just inciting it.
I'm having post-traumatic stress right now. It's like,
What about you, Robert? Do you mask sadness with humor? I know you're not the funniest dude in the world, but do you do it?
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Fuck you, first of all. No, I mean, you guys mostly said...
I need a drink.
You guys are mostly said what I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. I also don't want to spend too long on this topic because we're almost 30 minutes in and still on the first topic.
Oh, shit.
But I guess I agree with you guys. I do think I mask it. Mm-hmm. You guys have never seen me when, like that first meeting with me.
Yeah.
You guys have never had that in the way that I normally have it with people, where I put on this fake kind of bravado or personality to appear more likable. You guys have seen me, you both met me through work. So when you first met me, I was serious, and I still am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you've never seen that side of me as much, so it's hard to explain to you guys.
Yeah.
I just didn't give him a chance. I first met you, I'm like, we gonna be friends. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, you did talk a lot. I'll give you that. No, but my point is, I think it's hard to explain that to you guys because you haven't seen the side of me that is trying to be light for other people. Like when I put on a smile, unless I'm really happy, it's usually for other people.
Yeah. To
answer the question I asked you. Mm-hmm. So I guess that would be my short answer to that topic.
Okay.
But,
producer, I like how you're able to just sit through all this and just...
I know, poor producer.
Like, we got a single woman audience and just... we appreciate. Shout out to...
You know why? Because she's a good friend. That's why.
Good best friend.
What makes a good friend?
I love you.
What makes a real friend?
Damn.
Does anybody know that question?
Anybody know the question or anybody know the answer?
Both.
I know the question.
Fuck off, Robert! So does anybody know the answer?
I mean, I'm sure.
What makes a real friend?
We all have different answers.
We all gonna have different answers.
I think they're gonna be somewhat similar on certain points, but I mean, yeah, we're all gonna have, because we all have different experiences with friends.
Yes.
Like you have different experiences with friends, and
yes,
I know I do. But I mean,
Robert,
so what makes a real friend for you?
Didn't I just go? All right, fine. I can go first.
We're going like this. Do.
Okay. All right.
And then we're gonna go boom, 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 boom.
Fuck. No. So it's not a pinball machine.
You don't know that.
I do.
Life is like a pinball machine.
Boing, boing, boing.
No. So what I was gonna say is, I think that
Nuts.
I love nuts. I love eating nuts.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I hate you. I need new friends. I need friends.
Damn.
No.
In plural.
No.
We're not good enough.
No. Well, I think a real friend is somebody that has spent enough time with you to establish that. I have people at school, and they call themselves my friends. You know? Yeah. But you're not my friend if you never see me and you text me every once in a while. Okay. You know, that's not my friend. That's somebody I know, kinda. Mm-hmm. That's not my friend. Like, I'm sorry.
You mean like starting off?
Or just in general. Like, you have to spend time with that person, a significant amount of time, to be that person's friend. That's my opinion. Okay. Right? I think, like, you know, I spend time with you guys at work. Even now, you know, with you living in San Diego, we see each other, you know, every 2-3 weeks. We spend time together. You guys are my friends. Yeah. And it's true, if I didn't see you for a year, I'd still consider you my friend.
Amen.
But the reason is because I have spent so much time with you in the past, right? There is that base of foundation to build off of. Yeah. If you're not willing to invest time in that person, I don't consider you a real friend. You know, you're just calling yourself my friend until you move on and go do something else. You know? And I may not say that to your face, but, you know, yeah. Yeah. But you know, that's how I feel. If that's what you like, you're not my friend. Yeah. You know, if you cared about me, as a friend, then you spend time with me. Yeah. And you know, you guys do. I consider you guys real friends. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel good about it. Thanks, Ty.
I love these guys.
You're next.
Oh, get the fuck away from me.
I'm Poe. He's Finn.
I'm Ray.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah.
Charles.
I'm a fucking Jedi. I'm cool with that. I'll just be called Raimundo.
All right, Ty. I think it's your turn.
I guess it is. What makes a real friend? Let's see. For me, this is a tough question to answer, because it's like my own perception of a friend is very difficult to explain out loud. So I'm going to use everything that Robert said as a base, because I agree with everything that he said. To me, a friend is genuinely somebody who you really do establish a real connection with. Like, you guys have a bond. Whether it doesn't matter how many bonds, at least as there's one bond, a genuine connection that makes you guys cool every day. You're a friend.
What?
Yeah, so a friend. So I'm the type of person where, as long as that bond still exists, that bond doesn't always have to be catered to. So going off the same example that, you know, like you live in San Diego, we see each other at most once every 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. That's a friend to me. You know, a friend is someone who makes time to invest in you, you know, to hit you up. That investment can either be something free, like, hey, I'm pulling up to your doorstep, I just want to look at your face and have a quick chat. It could be something that requires some expenses. Hey, I'm considering going to Knott's Bay Farm. I'd like for you to tag along with me. Or, hey, let's go out for a quick bite to eat and catch up. You know, to me, those are things that friends do. Not everybody in my book is classified as a friend, but that's not something that I always make verbally known, because me and my personality, I get along with everybody. But at the same time, it's also still backing up that idea that I need a real bond with you if I'm going to make you a friend. Because once again, people at school, you get to know them. So the moment you know their name and you memorize their name, they feel like they can talk to you all the time. Like they want to just hit you up and chat all the time. Yeah. To me, you're an acquaintance.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can I ask you a question? If they ask you if you guys are friends, do you lie? I lie. Like if they say, "Hey, are we friends?" I'm like, "Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, you know, we're so close."
I've never had that experience before, but if someone was to ask me, I'd be like, "We cool."
Are we friends? We cool.
We cool. Don't worry.
But okay, but are we friends?
Bro, we cool, bro.
We cool. All right.
Stop asking.
We cool. Not cool. No, there's no L involved. We cool.
We cool.
So does that make me your friend? Look, at this point, you pushing a button that you shouldn't be pushing. Just accept that we cool. If you want to be friends, earn that position. Work hard for it. All right. Don't hit me up because you forgot the answers to the quiz and I just so happen to have them, even though I don't do my own homework. Hit me up because you're genuinely concerned about how my night is going. All right. And then ask me for the answers to the quiz. All right. That's a friend. So let's see. I can go on about it, but I think I'm gonna make some space for you to answer the question. All right,
Look at
you know, we gotta,
Mr. Kind over here.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
It's
You
a terrible
know,
thing.
a good friend.
It's somebody
kind
who
of
makes
weird,
time for others.
right?
Boom.
You know, when they go into your city to visit a zoo, they hit you up and say, "Hey, bro, I'm in town. What's up? Are you gonna be free? You want to get some food?" You know, that's a good friend right there. You know, makes a real friend. I guess I'm still a little butthurt that he went to the zoo without me. Whatever. No, but I'm just playing with you, Ty. Just playing. But what makes a real friend is also somebody that I can joke around with and mess with and fucking. all right.
I guess you guys are real friends.
You guys know me. I'm a pretty easy guy to get along with. I tend to make friends wherever I go. Okay, shut the fuck up, bitch. Yeah. I can tell you didn't want to be my friend. I was like, this motherfucker's stuck with me now. He ain't going nowhere.
Damn, y'all chained by balls.
What
You're on the ball.
does that even mean?
Like I was saying, I like making friends more than I like making enemies. I don't have enemies, or I don't really have. There's people I don't really care for because something they've done wrong.
Agreed.
But at the same time, like
December.
I work harder to make a friend than anything else. But I also have that open door policy with everybody.
Hey.
It's like
Yeah, that's something he says too.
The open door policy.
The
Open door policy. The door is always open. You have the choice to walk out, but if you walk out, it's going to be harder for you to get back in.
well, it's not so much. I guess I don't agree with it 100%, but it's more of like, the door is always open. You're welcome. You came into my life just as easy. If you like to leave, you can leave. I'm not gonna say you can't. I will leave the door open. It's okay. It may not be exactly the same. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be harder. I'm just gonna be honest. It may not be the same way when you were first here. Because people grow and people change, and that's okay.
And relationships change. Like they can be in your life, but the relationship with them may change.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they're in your life.
Yeah.
In that case, we have two takes on the open door policy.
Yeah.
'Cause
And that's okay. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I use the open door policy for any friend. It's not about timing. It's just about that connection.
Yeah.
If you jeopardize that connection, that's you making a decision to walk out my life. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say if you want to come back, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to walk back in through the door because that connection that we once had, it's not severed, but there's clearly a problem between it. If you want to fix it, that's your way to get back into the door. Mm-hmm. All right.
But no, I mean, it's that connection that you have with people, and the longer you've been together, the stronger obviously it will become. With the other stuff that happens in your life, work life, personal life, family lives, and they're there for you. And like a friend can see through some of the stuff that you put up. Like they can see when you're bullshitting about certain things. They can see when you're trying to mask certain things in your life.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was just waiting.
They can see it, and it's like at the same time too, they don't poke at it every time. They see it and they allow you to work through it if you want to work through it. Mm-hmm. Like I personally don't like doing that. If I see that somebody's having an issue and I can tell, I'll be like, hey, are you okay? And if they tell me I'm fine, I'll leave it. But I'll know what's going on until they want to open up about it. It's like I don't like picking at things because I don't like people picking at my stuff.
That's true.
But I'm always there. It's like the same way I open up the door for people is like If you ever need me, I'm there. If you need my help, I'll be there. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Doesn't matter what I'm doing or how far I am. If you need me, I'll be there. But at the same time, you know, if I'm gonna break my back for you, I would hope that if the day comes that I need your help, you'll be there. Yeah. And for the most part, yeah, every friend that I've had in my life, that, you know, it's always been like that. There's friends that I haven't seen in years, and I talk to them, you know, once or twice in the last couple of months, and you know, like it's the same friendship that I had, you know, all those years ago. You know, it's living in different areas and different things go on in our lives, but we're still close. And you know, and there's friends that I still see on a daily basis. Friendships are special, and you know, when you build that bond with somebody, it's even better. So I do have a confession though.
Yeah.
Some other bullshit that I found out about. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but about somebody in this very room right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Was the person in this very room? Was it me?
Honestly, dude, no.
So it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
And you wouldn't talk about yourself.
Why would I ever do that?
So, you know, is it producer?
Not producer.
Oh.
But again, I'm not pointing any fingers.
Well, no.
But I'm not, and I'm not gonna say the name either.
Yeah, no, you're just leaving us to kind of assume
exactly
who.
I'm allowing the audience to figure it out for themselves.
Mm-hmm. So we have. Let me just run through this real quick. We have George here, Robert here, producer here, and Ty here.
Yeah.
And it's not George, Robert, or producer.
Nope.
Right.
But who it is? That's
mystery.
It's a mystery.
No, how could you tell?
Exactly. So one of the main reasons why somebody didn't hit me up while they were in San Diego for the zoo was not just because they were just, you know, for a quick visit to the zoo and taking their sister or whatever. It's also because somebody was out there to visit another friend. Yeah, he was out there for another reason, for another 7 reason.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and he didn't want to tell me, but I kept bringing it up, and he felt bad. And he's like, "Dude, I need to confess something to you. I need to tell you the truth." I was like, "Okay, what's up? What happened? What's wrong?" He's like, "Okay, I did go out to San Diego, and I didn't tell you I was in town, not just because, you know, I didn't know, but because I didn't want to tell you what I was really out there for. There was somebody else at the zoo with them. It wasn't just his sister. There was a girl that he invited who lives in San Diego."
Really?
Yeah.
Ty, do you want to tell us her name, or do you want to let George do it?
Who?
Okay. All right. He wants to let George do it.
Okay. All right.
What?
Okay. Her name was Michelle.
Michelle?
Yeah. Her name was Michelle.
Hey, good for you, Ty.
It's a nice name, right?
It sounds like a white name.
What does it got to do with me?
What do you mean? We're talking about you.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah. No, we're talking about you. This is about you.
I know we said it's a mystery, but it was implied that because it's not me or George or producer, that it was you. No. So if you do math, right, 3 minus 4, or 4 minus 3, you get 1. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the one name I didn't say was Ty. So that would be you.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're talking about you.
So, but the problem is you didn't do your geometry correctly. You did your math correctly, but you forgot to imply which theorem that was.
What's the theorem? Yeah, let me know.
You forgot to imply what theorem that was. Therefore, this theorem could imply that this one could be any one.
Right? But in this case, we're just talking about the one.
Yeah, see, now I'm telling you.
All right. Go ahead and tell us about Michelle, though.
Okay.
All right. I'm
interested. I mean, just from the little that I know. Mm-hmm. Just a little that I know. So Ty sends me this long freaking message.
Oh, so it's confirmed that it's Ty now.
Yes, it's you.
Okay.
Obviously. That's okay.
Interesting.
Now that I really got to say it. I thought I didn't have to, but I guess I do. He sent me this long ass message. I was like, dude, you could have just called me and told me. No, but he was like, no, dude. I want to write this out because I want to confess this through my words. He was going to say on paper, but it was on a text message, so, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Here, wait, can I see your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it while you're telling me about it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. So he starts telling me that why he was at the zoo. You know, again, he's telling me the story, but it started like 3 days earlier, and then it got to the zoo, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So he was on Tinder. He was swiping, and he found this girl. Her name's Michelle. She was from San Diego.
Yo, she let you use all 3 holes? Good for you. Oh, man.
Hold on, I gotta build up to that, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, hold
My
on,
bad. Yeah,
hold
sorry.
on.
Go ahead. I was just
Okay, so
reading through. My bad.
She's from San Diego.
Yeah.
She's actually just stationed in San Diego right now, but she's in the Navy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why she's out there, and that's why.
Did you know her? Is that how you?
I didn't know her, but he was telling me the story.
You can,
There was a strong possibility that I knew who she was.
or at least that you've seen her in
I've
passing.
seen her,
yeah.
you know. But no, I've never met her. I've never seen her before. But he started telling me, going, yeah, dude, you know what? I feel like this is like another number, but at the same time, I don't think it's just another number. I think this is somebody special, you know. She wanted me to come down to San Diego. I was gonna go to the zoo anyway, so I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. And I was like, okay, cool. All right, dude. All right, I see you. Okay, do you think? And he was like, yeah, man. I picked her up at the naval base, and over in Coronado. Drove her over to the zoo. She met my, niece, or what would you call her? Your little sister. Your little sister. So it was like a special moment, and they were having a good time. The one thing he didn't tell me was that she's actually taller than him by like a good amount of feet. So it just looked a little weird.
Well, I mean, look, as long as he's confident in himself.
And he was.
Like, yeah.
And he was. That's why he was just like, at first he was like, you know what, dude, I don't know if this is going to work. But then he fought through it.
Yeah.
He was looking at the giraffes. He's like, you know what? If they can find love, I can find love. And so then he was like, you know what? Nah, dude, this is going to be good. So they got to talking, man. They got to talking, and he's going on. He's opening up about all these different experiences of his life, and she's loving it. She's listening. I'm thinking I'm reading a novel here because it keeps on going and going. And then, he was able to get it in. She actually went up to LA like a few weeks later.
Wow. Good for you, man.
Because apparently she wanted alone time, and she couldn't get alone time if the sister was there.
Yeah.
So she went up to LA to visit him at home. And, Ty put on his talking shoes. Mm-hmm. He just,
And hopefully
he was all smooth and whatnot.
Yep.
And he did the deed. But he was telling me it's not number 7. It's not number 7. He's saying it's special. Doesn't deserve just a number.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna see her again, Ty?
Probably.
Good man.
What race is she?
She's
Do you have like a photo or something?
I wish I did. Sure.
She's Puerto Rican, isn't she?
I thought she was no, she's not Puerto Rican.
She's tan. She's got a tan to her.
Nah, she's a light skinned African.
Light skinned African? You sure? What?
Boy.
Crazy.
Boy, let me tell you something.
Crazy.
All right, let me tell you something.
But he did mention there was a move that he did while doing the deed, but it was reversed. So she picked him up.
Wow.
I was like, whoa.
That's impressive.
Okay. And he was telling me that he was a little nervous about it when it happened. But then first couple seconds in, he was like, you know what?
Where was it going? Like, was it up here or was it down? Like, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like his legs were on her shoulders.
Yeah. And
yeah, I don't know. No,
Yep.
I get it.
Yeah.
How was that?
Apparently he loved it. Apparently he loved it.
Hey, he asked me.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
He asked me. Okay.
Did you love it or did you not?
Boy, let me tell you something.
His voice gets all
Boy, let me tell you something.
Hey, let me tell you here.
Wow.
And she is in the Navy, so she works out.
Mm-hmm. When she was finished with me, I turned to a ball of blob. I was just dead. All right.
Damn.
All right. You know how Chris,
Just a ball of schmeat.
you know how Chris
she got the
describe.
Oh, she got the schmeat.
You know how Chris was telling us about the starfish? Okay. That was me. Just on hard.
Just on hard?
On hard.
Oh.
So I was just sitting there like, whoop.
It does seem like an unnecessary movement. Like you could just lie down and then she wouldn't have to carry you.
Yeah.
Why was she interested in that?
Because she also has dreams and aspirations to be a bodybuilder.
Oh, was she squatting at the same time?
Damn. That's a keeper right there.
Yeah, that is a keeper.
I didn't realize that I was into muscly women, but after that,
she was strong but tender.
Yes. She was a good lover.
Yeah. A good lover.
Yeah.
So you are going to see her again.
Hopefully.
Have you seen her again since?
Yeah, have you guys made plans or have you talked to her at all?
Yeah, we chatted a little bit.
Well, look, I mean, I'm glad that you finally found somebody to mooch off of.
Thank you.
I think that's good.
I'm about to be like a marsupial and just leech onto a titty.
Yeah, well, you and George both.
I mean, it's better than sucking feet. Something that
Yeah, it's upward mobility right there.
This guy likes shit. So you need to get with the program.
But
get
no,
you a buff girl.
what did she? So obviously, you talked about the whole story leading up. Mm-hmm. Did he list any like kinks or anything that they did other than that one move that was a bit odd?
I remember he was telling me something about how she kind of, was like she had him right here, but then she like flipped him around, flipped him around, so it's like butt to face.
Oh,
like
yeah.
And he wouldn't. She didn't go for what we're thinking. She didn't go for there, but she got pretty close and she just started licking around. The cheeks.
I didn't want you to say that part.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but he was telling. He went to
This
a
is
lot
what
of
you gotta
details.
tell us before.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He went to a lot of details, and I was like, okay, you're sure?
I only told you so that you didn't be mad at me for going to San Diego.
Now I'm more concerned for you than anything else. So yeah, she started, just licking around, like a lollipop. And yeah, he was having a good time. He didn't want to stop it, but he didn't want it to continue either. So he was just like in that realm of like, what do I do? But he was just having a good time, and he just left it. And yeah, it was. Yeah, she started like playing with like all of his little hairs.
Which ones?
I don't know. He just said hairs. He just said hairs. I was a little nervous.
Nipple hairs, you say?
No, my booty hairs.
Ew.
She got a buff tongue too. She beat all them bitches. Just.
What do you think, Robert?
Shit.
Where are we at?
We're at 54 minutes. I'm gonna let you decide where we go from there.
I'm a little nervous to continue. Where we can really take this. I don't want to go there.
I have some ideas if you want me to take them there.
So if
I can keep going.
If y'all ain't noticed by now, this was another improv.
Boo!
We have to stop it. So yeah, guys, we're all.
That was terrible.
This podcast is for the whole family to listen to.
That was terrible.
Next time you guys are on a road trip with your parents, definitely put us on. You're gonna love this episode.
Yup.
Enjoy.
Fire.
But so yeah, all that was fake. Ty never had a girl in San Diego.
Well, except for him not visiting you in San Diego.
That part was true.
true.
It just happened to work out that all tied in together. So
right.
I just left it.
I apologized on multiple occasions and multiple podcasts.
And it's still not okay.
Right. I told him next time in town I would see him.
I'm not really butthurt. I gave him a hard time about it the first time.
And still is giving me a hard time about it because that's just what he does.
Because that's the kind of friend that I am.
That's how he masks his sadness.
Right. While he has peach fuzz coming out his chin. Okay.
I don't know. It looks like it would be coarse. Like I feel like
rough.
if I were to touch it, it would be rough, but it wouldn't be much.
Are we still talking about facial
that
hair?
part is rough.
What are we
Yes.
talking about here?
Yes.
Yeah, this part is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the most I can grow out right here.
That's it.
Really? You
soul
can't
patch.
grow any further. Oh, you can grow it further than what you have now, but that's
Oh no,
where you
yeah,
grow.
yeah. It can get longer.
I want to see you with a soul patch.
It just looks weird, dude.
You don't want a sharp chin?
No.
You already have one.
We're in the middle of the podcast, dude.
Lazy,
Yeah, come on,
Fucking asshole.
guys.
lazy fucker.
Gosh.
He is a little bit though.
Me?
What?
Fuck you.
What time?
Who? No.
You know, I
Mystery
have an
Inc.
interesting story. So I went to the gym
Oh,
back
shit.
when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
And I was just running on the treadmill. And when you run on the treadmill, things bounce up and down a little bit.
Wanking your meat.
I wasn't, but it was,
Your schmeat
So-
was getting wanked.
No. No. But anyway, so I went with a friend at the time. I don't really talk to him much anymore, but we were just driving home because he would drive me home. I didn't have a driver's license yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, "So how big is your penis?" Right, just out of nowhere. I was like, "How big do you think it is?"
Yeah.
And he's like, I won't say the number, but he guessed like the number right on. And I was like, the fuck? How did you know? Like down to the point. Like,
Wait, you had it measured?
of course. Yeah, we all do that at
point
some
in life,
point.
you just want to
Yeah,
know.
you just have to know. You have to like compare and then look up the national average and be like, okay, where am
How
I?
big is my big?
So, well, okay.
Continue.
You probably already knew that it was either larger or smaller than average. But my point is, right, so he guesses it on the nose. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, how did you know? He's like, oh, when we're running, sometimes I look down and check, and that looks like the size is about right. And I was like, you do what?
I see why you don't talk to him no more.
No, yeah, right? Like, I don't run and look at your dick. Like, fam, that was,
That's weird. It's too close of a friend.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
There are levels to this shit.
Yeah, he was trying to get
We cool. We ain't that cool, dude.
He was trying to get pizza and then exchange head. Hey.
I love the face he gives you. Hey.
Somebody tried to do it to me. All right, y'all know my stories. I still cry about that.
I told you guys the story about the dude that wanted to give me like $100 at the gas station.
I think
Did
you might have.
I say it on the podcast?
I don't think
No.
so.
I told you guys a story, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for
I
it.
don't recall this story. Someone wanted to give you $100 for what?
Hold on. Let me get there. Hold on. So I was at the it was the gas station right here at the corner, right before the freeway.
Yeah.
I was right there. It was late. I was about to drive down to San Diego, and I'm gassing up, and this dude pulls up in this car, and he's like not even going to gas up. He just like pulls up next to my car, and he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "How big is it?" And I look at the hybrid. It's like, "Oh, it's not that big." I was like, "Oh, it's whatever. It's a hybrid. It's not. It's decent." I was like, "No. How big is your dick?" I was like, and then I was like, "Oh." Decent.
Decent.
It's okay.
It's a pleasure, please.
It does the job.
I'm gonna start using it. It's a pleasure pleaser.
I've had good reviews, so
5 stars on Yelp.
All right. No real complaints so far, so
Google Maps 4.5.
And he's like, "Oh, okay. So I'll give you $100 if you let me see it." I was like, "What?" And I was like, $100? Yeah. He's like, "Nah, dude, I'm good. 200." I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm good. And then he looks at it. He gives me this look of like, "Really? Not even $200? Like I'm missing the deal of a lifetime. I get $200 if I show this dude my penis." And I was like, "What? No, dude, I'm not gonna show my penis." He's like, "You're an idiot," and he drove off. I was like, "What the fuck was that about?"
It was about your penis.
About my penis, I know.
Clearly.
And the thing
It's time. It's time. We're out.
It's time to say
goodbye.
comedy
Well,
is a
not
beautiful thing. Comedy is definitely something that I enjoy. But of course, if you're going through it mentally or emotionally, don't always mask your pains with comedy. Not everybody can laugh at our pains. And some pains are a lot more harder to deal with than just with laughter. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Get it off your chest. Consult with a friend or hell, even a licensed therapist or something. Get some help. All right? Because your thoughts is not worth your life. So there's much more beauty to life than just dealing with the darkness of dealing with dark thoughts or dark emotions. So we do it just because it gets us going. But at the end of the day, we know that when it's time to buckle down and get serious, we do focus on taking care of one another, and just relieving us of that pain so that we could live to fight another day. So y'all do the same. All right. Everyone's take on a friend is very different. You don't have to have the same rules and regulations like we do when it comes to our friendships. But hey, ultimately, a friend is meant to make you happy. Or they're supposed to be a part of your happiness in your life. I won't say make you happy. They're supposed to be one of those underlying sources. So with that being said, get you a nice group of friends that actually love and care for you. And y'all make the best of all y'all worlds. Just have some fun. All right. Hopefully George gets over this whole booty tickle situation about San Diego. I pray he does because
He likes his booty tickled. I have a video of it actually, where he says,
"I like my booty tickled."
all right, then we'll just skip over that. And once again, improvisation, you guys. This is something we like to do at random when we can't think of anything else to talk about. And this one actually went pretty
You're not meant to say that.
Don't tell them our secrets.
Yeah.
Hey, then cut it out. All right, shoot, I'm an open book. All right, stop listening to us, or stop listening to this episode before you guys just become emotionally drained or y'all brain turn into porridge. I'm done talking. Somebody else do your outro. This been Ty.
I'm Batman.
I'm Jack.
and you've been served a pot of hot ass.
Pineapples.
Hot ass.
I like pineapples.
We're done?
Yeah.